start off, I'm just going to say this. This matchup isn't because Gojo and the Roaring Knight have any interesting parallels in ideals or anything. It's purely out of my own interest. The only parallel between the Roaring Knight and Gojo is that they are both feared individuals in their respective media. I'm making this because I don't think anyone else will. Spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen, Undertale, and Deltarune. You have been warned. And special thanks to my friends for helping with the bits about Gojo. That being said, let's get into it. To start, I will explain a bit how this fight would work. An important aspect to this fight is that in Deltarune, the fighting system is canonical. This means things like the bullet board and the menu physically exist. We can tell this because in Chapter 5, Flowery tells Susie about the menu. This means that for the fight to happen, these things have to exist. We also know that attacks directly target the soul with magic, because we can see the characters aren't physically moving. In an Undertale, it's explained that the attacks target the soul. Also, a person isn't physically moving in the bullet board, it's just their soul moving. We can also use this to explain how the knight can't just... The way I believe the knight does this is by breaking the rules and directly attacking a person's body rather than their soul. As we know, Gojo's Infinity can stop attacks from hitting him by infinitely dividing distance between him and whatever's approaching him. He could get hit by an attack that spawns directly on top of him as there's no space to divide. This does open the discussion if an attack that travels instantaneously could hit Gojo, but that's not relevant, as I don't think the Roaring Knight's swoon attack moves instantaneously, just really, really fast. You might think that Gojo could stop any attack the knight could use, but that might not be the case. To my knowledge, there's never a moment where we are told or showed that Gojo can protect his soul from attacks. Of course, this never matters because Gojo would never get hit by an attack like that because his soul is inside his body, which is protected by Infinity. But in Deltarune, the soul is separated from the body and put inside the bullet board. This means that Gojo's Infinity wouldn't protect his soul inside the bullet board, meaning the knight could theoretically hit Gojo. To the people who say it's unfair for me to use the turn-based system of Deltarune, this fight couldn't happen if I didn't. There's also some precedent for Gojo's soul to work like the soul in Deltarune, as Mahito compares a person's soul to video game HP. Now, the fight hinges on one thing. Can Gojo use cursed energy in a Deltarune fight? Since Deltarune has a different energy system, tension points, one of two things would happen if Gojo couldn't use cursed energy. One, Gojo's abilities get translated into Deltarune's TP system, or two, Gojo can't use his abilities. It would make more sense that they would be translated into the TP system if that were the case. But the other possibility is that Gojo can use cursed energy, and then the knight's just cooked. So, to answer the question in the title of the video, yes, the Roaring Knight could beat Gojo, with the elephant-sized asterisk that they would have to have a lot of luck and a lot of technicalities would have to happen. If I got anything wrong about how this match would go, then feel free to tell me in the comments, and thanks for watching.